everyone, welcome to News to Astonish, where we discuss comics, movies, games, and more. I'm your host, Ronnie, and today is a video that's long overdue, and I thought I should bring it to you guys now. Yes, this is my top 10 favorite anime. I've been wanting to do this video for weeks, but every time I've made an attempt to upload it, I got hit with copyright, and I got a message saying that it was banned in some countries and stuff like that. But I'm gonna go ahead and try a different approach. So you'll just see my ugly mug talking about anime throughout this entire video. So keep in mind that this is, in my opinion, what I consider to be the greatest anime ever. So comments, thoughts, and even recommendations are highly encouraged down in the comment section below. And without further ado, here's my list of my top 10 favorite anime. So at number 10, we're starting off with Sword Art Online. Now, I'm not going to include the second season, but I didn't like it. But I'm going to be talking about mainly the first season. So this series is set in the year 2022, where a huge popular multiplayer online game called Sword Art Online is catching everyone by storm, and everyone's playing it. And pretty much we got our main character named Kirito, who gets into the game and plays all the time with his friends online. But there's a catch. In order to leave this game, you need to beat the game. And if you were to die in this game, you would actually suffer a real-life death in real life. So now we're coming at number 9, and that is Utaek Im Titan. It's a story about these gigantic humanoid creatures called Titans who suddenly appear and start attacking all the humans who live within these giant walls, and they've spent over 100 years living there, not knowing what the outside world is like beyond the walls. It's a great show. This show has everything: character development, bloody gore, awesome animation, beautiful color palettes, and just overall amazing characters. I suggest you check out this anime because this animation is amazing. This anime is amazing. Plus, it has a kick-ass opening theme song. Number 8, Parasites Maximum. One night, a worm-like creature appears on Earth and starts taking over human hosts by entering through the noses or ears. Ugh. Just the idea of just worms going in your nose and ears just freaks me out. Makes me want to, just makes me want to curl up into a ball and just hide every single orifice in my body. So one day, a particular parasite crawls into our main character, but fails to take over the main character. Instead, it burrows into the right arm of this character, and then this parasite becomes well known as Migi, which is the Japanese word for right. Together, our main character and Migi fight other human hosts who have been taken over by parasites. Definitely a great anime. I suggest you check it out. It's awesome, and I highly recommend it. Animation is beautiful. The music is awesome. You know, one thing about anime that I love is that they always have kick-ass music. And the music is performed none other than Loading in Las Vegas, who has done really well-known anime intros for many anime for a very long time. Definitely check it out. Number 7, Death Note. Now, this was obvious, but you knew this was coming. This story centers around a brilliant but brash young boy named Light Yagami, who one day stumbles upon a black notebook called the Death Note. Obviously, Light is a bored young individual, so he picks up the Death Note and starts writing names and starts killing criminals of the world. So Light's pretty much sick of the world and how it is and how it's nasty and it's filled with people that commit crimes, and he thinks that he can clean it up and make the world a better place with honest and humble people by just killing off criminals. It's really interesting because this show centers around an antagonist, and we don't really often get many shows like that, but it's always interesting to see the point of view of a villain, and that's what really drew me into this show. I'm not saying that I'm a bad guy and I encourage killing people. It's just interesting seeing the point of view of a villain and get his perception and his idea of a perfect place or a better world. This show is awesome. It does lack action, but that's okay because all the mind games and the suspense and the intense and the psychological aspect of the show really makes up for that lack of violence. I guess the most violence that you're going to get in this show and action are the death scenes in the show, thanks to the Death Note. But yeah, definitely check it out. Again, this anime has a great opening theme song and an ending theme. So yeah, classic. Total staple in the anime community. Number 6, My Hero Academia. Now, can you imagine living in a world where suddenly 80% of the population, of the human population that is, manifests superpowers and suddenly everyone starts to become heroes and villains? Well, since I gravitate towards superhero comic books and movies and TV shows, this one definitely made my top 10 list, and I thought it was a great idea to bring this one in. My Hero Academia is a very new anime. It started like about early 2016. Right now we're in season 2, and I am up to date with My Hero Academia, and I'm loving it. The show has got everything. It's intense, it's got great character development, it's got awesome funny characters, it's got humor, it's got drama, it's got everything. Definitely check out the show if you haven't seen it. What are you doing? Go subscribe to Crunchyroll. Go do something. Just watch it anywhere. Awesome anime. Number 5, One Punch Man. Now, One Punch Man is one show that really got me by surprise. It was actually introduced to me by a good friend of mine that I used to work with, and he told me about it. And just hearing about how One Punch Man is a character who can defeat enemies with one single punch, it's like I just went, this is something that I need to see. And when I saw it, my god, I was satisfied. As far as the story goes, there's not really so much of a story because this character is just OP as hell. His acronym is OPM, which is One Punch Man, or as I like to call it, Overpowered Man. That's what he is essentially. But he does have this dilemma within him where he's sick and tired of beating enemies with just one punch, because he's lost that passion for, fighting, because he can defeat every single enemy with one punch. And he's like, damn it, not again. I defeated the enemy with one punch. It's awesome. Go ahead and check out the show. Definitely recommend it if you love superhero stuff or superhero themed animes. There's plenty of them out there, by the way, besides One Punch Man and My Hero Academia. Definitely check this one out. It's got comedy. It's got beautiful animation. It's got, a little bit of drama here and there. The story, not so much. It does have a good villain towards the end, but that's about as much as you're going to get. Everything else makes up for the lack of a story. But the ending of season 1 did end up sort of in a cliffhanger, kind of, because there's one particular character that's very mysterious that we don't know much about. And I'm hoping that season 2 of One Punch Man comes out soon, because I've already been waiting for about 2 years now, and we've got no news about One Punch Man season 2. Number 4, Trigun. Now, Trigun revolves around a man known as Vasher Stampede and 2 Bernadelli Insurance Society employees named Meryl Strife and Millie Thompson, who follow him around, as in Vasher Stampede, to minimize the damages that is caused by his appearance. Well, he's called Vasher Stampede for a reason, because of all the damage that he leaves in his wake while people are hunting him down for a $60 billion double dollar bounty. Let me tell you, if somebody in real life was worth that much, everybody would try to want to kill him or catch him in some way so they can win all that money for that bounty. But this show is awesome. It's a relatively older anime. It came out in the late 90s, but it's definitely great. I mean, there's a lot of humor, because when I first saw this show, I got exactly the opposite of what I expected, because right from the opening theme, as you can tell, this character really comes across as a total badass, not like a character that you don't mess with. But then when I finally realized who he really is after hearing him talk and act and everything like that, he's totally the opposite of what I perceived him to be. It's hysterical. It's awesome. The anime is great. Totally a classic anime. Go watch it if you haven't seen it already. Probably will, I guess, break your expectations, I guess, if I would say that. But just looking at it makes you think, oh my god, this character is awesome. He is, but not like a badass in a way, but he can be a badass. I'll give him that. Number 3, Samurai Champloo. Now, this show is awesome, and I got hooked for a couple reasons. One, it's directed by the same guy who created Cowboy Bebop, or directed Cowboy Bebop. And this show basically centers around a young woman named Fu, who is working as a waitress in a tea shop, and then suddenly she gets harassed by a couple of samurai. And then we got our main heroes. We got a character named Mugen, and we got a character named Jin, or Gene as they call him in the English anime, but it's spelled out Jin in the Japanese version. So Mugen attacks Jin, and after that he proves to be a worthy opponent. With the help of Fu, they are able to escape execution. And in return, Fu asks Gene and Mugen to follow her and help her find the samurai who smells of sunflowers. Now, I love this anime for a couple of reasons. One, If you haven't watched the English dub already, you would notice that one legendary voice actor voices one of the characters, and that's Steve Blum. He's one of my favorite voice actors of all time. I actually had the pleasure of meeting the guy. I think he was a great guy. He's told me a lot about what it's like to be in the voice acting industry. He told me how much work he's done in anime and animated TV shows on Disney, Nickelodeon. Hell, it was actually interesting for me to find out that he was the voice for Wolverine, or at least he's still the voice for Wolverine, and he's been doing the voice for Wolverine for over 10 years now, and it's awesome knowing that. And if you haven't noticed, Steve Blum did appear in Injustice 2 as the Green Lantern. But sorry to sidetrack. This anime's got everything. Awesome animation, directed by the same director who directed Cowboy Bebop. It's got a bits of humor here and there, a little bit of blood and violence here and there. It's, it can be violent and graphic at some points, but overall, awesome anime. Definitely go check it out, And speaking of Cowboy Bebop, this is where we reach number 2. Number 2, Cowboy Bebop. Where to begin? Amazing noir movie style jazz and blues, check. Great animation, check. Space cowboys going after bounties in space and visiting planets inhabited by civilizations, check. Steve Blum, check. The series' protagonists are bounty hunters working from a spaceship called Bebop, and their main job is basically to collect bounties. They're space cowboys, if you want to call them, hence Cowboy Bebop. And the crew consists of Spike Spiegel, voiced by Steve Blum in the English anime. I don't know who does the Japanese dubbing. And who's an exiled former member of the criminal Red Dragon Syndicate. And also we got his partner Jet Black, who is a former ISSP officer. And of course we are followed by Faye Valentine and Edward Wong. And of course, what's a spaceship without a dog? We got Ein, a Welsh Corgi. So to keep it short, this anime is basically a love story. I'm like, a love story, but isn't this like a show about cowboys who go bounty hunting? Well, yes, they do, and there's a lot of side stories and filler here and there, but the story and the whole series mainly focuses on our protagonist, which is Spike Spiegel. And I'm not going to try to spoil too much of it, but let's just say certain things come up involving a girl, and towards the end of the series, it gets resolved, but not in the way that I wanted it to be, but it was a perfect way to end the series. So yeah, definitely check out Cowboy Bebop. What are you waiting for? If you can find it online, yeah, go ahead and watch it online. But it's going to be better if you buy it on Blu-ray. It's definitely got more value, and you can watch it as many times as you want. I have the anime on Blu-ray. I love it. I watch it once in a while, and it's very soothing. It's a masterpiece to watch. Go watch it. And number 1, of course, Dragon Ball Z. You guys saw this coming. And it was a little hard for me to put this one at number 1 for some reason, because there's anime that I ended up loving a little bit more than Dragon Ball Z. But I put this one on number 1 for nostalgia's sake. Who in the anime community doesn't know Dragon Ball Z? I mean, everyone knows Dragon Ball Z. This is one of the world's greatest, biggest franchises ever. And one of the most successful ones, aside from Pokemon. But I don't put Pokemon on this one. I mean, I don't count that one. It is an anime regardless, but still, that doesn't count. The story mainly focuses on Goku and his adventures and battles with enemies throughout the entire series. Goku is a surviving member of an extraterrestrial race known as the Saiyans, and he has called Earth his home. It is later revealed to Goku by his long-lost brother, Raditz, that he is one of the members of the elite warrior race called the Saiyans. Goku, originally called Kakarot, should have been the one to dominate and cause chaos and destruction on Earth. But since he severely injured his head when he crash landed on Earth, he had forgotten all about the mission. So of course Goku refuses to aid Raditz on continuing his mission and continues to keep growing on Earth and resides on Earth, defending the world and protecting it from bad guys from all over the universe. Go ahead and watch it, guys. This show is awesome. Yes, certain episodes can drag on here and there, but that's, I guess, a way to put in filler. It's a good show nonetheless. The nostalgia. Did anyone else used to watch this amazing series on Toonami? I sure did. I miss Toonami. Those were the good old days. So yeah, that was my top 10 favorite anime list. What did you guys think? Did I miss an anime that you like? Let me know down in the comment section below. Tell me, what is your favorite anime of all time? I'd like to know, and I give you my thoughts in the comment section below as well. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you liked this video. Hit that like button if you like this video. Follow me on social media, subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next comic panel.
愛してたと嘆くには